often have you felt uneasy in the middle of a conversation about choosing the right words? Or how often have you been made to feel uncomfortable when the person with whom you are conversing chooses the wrong word?
Awkward!
Today, we'll be focusing on these 3 tricky relative pronouns, that, who, and which, so that the next time you're having a conversation with someone, you can focus on what you're saying and not linger painfully over your word choice. Stick around till the end and we will tackle this elusive fellow as well. There is a right and a wrong way to use the words that, who, and which when they're being used as a relative pronoun in a relative clause or phrase. They give further insight into a noun that occurred earlier in the sentence. But please don't be put off by the terms. Every area of specialty has labels for specifics within its own realm of discipline. Even on the ACT or the SAT, you will only have to know correct usage of these words. You will not have to remember or identify grammar terminology. First, let's get that and who sorted out. Generally, though, you may find some postmodern naysayers. Who is going to refer to people, that will refer to animals or other nouns. Let's try these sentences. The dishes, well, here's our noun. It's not a person, so we're not going to say who. We're going to say that. Are in the sink are dirty. So you can see this is relative back to dishes, and that's why it's called a relative pronoun. Let's try this one. The girls are waiting are my friends. Well, girls are people, so we're going to use who. And again, this is relative back to the noun earlier in the sentence. The last one, the dogs are barking are hungry. Okay? The dogs, well, it's not a person, so we're not going to say who. We'll use that. And again, that are barking refers back to the dogs. Who are waiting refers back to the girls. That are in the sink refers back to dishes. Person, you use who. Noun, you use that. Animals, you use that. Simple, huh? Now, that and which is a little bit different, but it's just as easy to remember once you know the trick. Let's look at a couple more sample sentences. Jaws was the movie, and I'm just going to tell you, the word that goes here is that. Jaws was the movie that scared me. That scared me, relative back to Jaws. Jaws, here we're going to use which. Which won 3 Academy Awards, scared everyone. So as you can see, that is used if you don't use a comma. But if you have what we think of as a parenthetical here, a whole phrase set, or actually a whole clause here, set off by commas on either end, then you use which. A good way to remember this is whenever you can use which, except for the very beginning of a question sentence, you've got to have a comma right ahead of it. Okay, so if there is a comma, use which. No comma, use that. Let's see now if our student can choose the right words to fill into these sentences for practice. Madison, are you ready to start?
I'm ready.
Okay, first sentence says Friday, comma, is my favorite day of the week, comma, is tomorrow. And you put which. Why did you use which there?
Because there's a comma.
And which always comes after a comma unless it's the first word in a question. Very good. Number 2, Madison is the student co-stars in this video. That's you. Okay, why did you choose who for there? Tell us about your thinking.
Because who follows student because it is a person and it's not a thing.
Very good. Okay, the next one. This is the video. Will help you understand more about our language, more about how to use our language. And you chose that. This is the video that will help you. Why'd you choose that there?
Because there's no comma.
Okay, that's why you didn't choose which, and why didn't you choose who?
Because it's not talking about a person either.
Okay, a video is a thing, right? It's another noun. Okay, the next one. You're doing great so far. This backpack, I bought at Target, is my favorite. Ooh, you said which. This backpack, which I bought at Target, is my favorite. Why'd you choose which?
Because there's another comma.
Okay, and why didn't you choose who?
Because, again, it's not talking about a person, but it's talking about a thing.
Okay, very good. The last one, the dog bit me is no longer my friend. Why'd you choose that?
Because dog is not a person, so you would put that.
And you're not going to use which? Why?
Because there's no comma.
Very good. I think you have learned this very well. You can be proud of yourself. All right, I promised you I would tackle that elusive fellow, the word whom. I'm going to show you 3 sample sentences where whom would work, but you got to remember that in informal language, just talking around with your friends, you're probably not going to use the word whom. It's more for formal language or for something that you're going to write out. So let's take a look at these samples. Mrs. Black is the woman about whom everyone was talking. My uncle, to whom I wrote many letters, is still alive. My sister, with whom I love spending time, is coming next week. I want you to notice that in each one of these cases, the word whom comes right after a preposition. So if the word is going to come right after a preposition, then you probably would want to say whom. But like I said, for regular conversation, it's probably not even necessary to use that word. It's becoming a little bit antiquated. So if you find that you've got a preposition right next to this, you're not going to say Mrs. Black is the woman about who everyone was talking. You're going to use whom. However, you might say it like this in informal conversation. Mrs. Black is the woman everyone was talking about. That's more likely how you're going to say it. So just be aware of that little trick. If this video was helpful to you, please share it and subscribe below. Don't forget to push the little button so that you will know when we upload a new lesson.
If you also like this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up and comment down below.
That way we can help you never stop learning.